Welcome back to the bucket.
Woohoo!
I'm Rachel.
I'm Ben.
I'm calling. Shit, we did
Wow.
it at the same time.
No. That was smooth. That was smooth.
Okay.
Was
Okay.
it?
Whatever.
For who?
It felt smooth for me.
Anyway, okay. That's what matters, I guess.
Now they won't know who's calling
yeah,
and
welcome.
who's Ben.
Yeah, you'll never know. You'll never
right. You guys won't get doxxed. Everyone will just know my name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Welcome back to our final episode of Bucket Bells. Our Christmas extravaganza. This is the last time you're ever gonna see us on Discord, thank God.
What?
And today we are gonna be covering 2023's The Holdovers with Paul Giamatti. Is that how you say his last name?
Yeah, you got it.
Giamatti. And then
Giamatti.
and introducing Dominic Sessa, the love of my life. I'm so in love with Dominic Sessa. I'm so sorry. For those of you who are longtime Bucket listeners, you know that Rachel's type is a man that you can break over your knee. And I fear that Dominic Sessa does in fact fit that type.
It's true.
Where else does this come in? Is it Timothy Chalamet and Little Women? Is it?
Oh, I don't remember.
Is it
but we
Edward
talked
Norton
about
in Fight Club? Is it?
That's it. It was Edward Norton in Fight Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love a man that I could break over my knee. Anyway, cut that.
No, it's it. I'm just kidding.
I'm going. But yeah, so we're gonna be covering The Holdovers today. Like I said, came out in 2023. If I remember right, it won some Oscars.
Yes.
I don't know. Oh yes, it did win Oscars. One of the people won Best Supporting Actress. I don't know. Nobody else knows. That's none of my business. I'm not gonna look it up anymore. Anyways,
That's fair.
I quite enjoyed my time with The Holdovers. I've seen it before, but neither one of you had seen it, right?
Yeah.
I had not.
Never.
No.
Sorry.
And this was your pick,
I think
Colin, right?
Yeah. Me. I'm guilty.
This was
I'm
Colin's
guilty.
pick.
Guilty.
I'll make
Guilty.
Guilty
Attract-
charged.
During school. My bad.
No.
Sorry.
This was incredible. What made you want to pick The
No.
Holdovers?
I just had never seen it before, and I was kind of itching for like a new Christmas movie that was kind of like recent. You know, we already Black Christmas is like the underrated Christmas movie, right? That like more people should definitely know about. But like that came out in the 70s. This is a new Christmas movie. Like this is the newest like I don't know Christmas movie to kind of get buzz and
Newest
like
Christmas movie
people.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they've made any other Christmas movie since 2023.
No,
That would
Nothing
make
happened.
sense. There's
I
just
think
been
this
too
is
much
it,
going
yeah.
on. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. We
True.
definitely
Yeah.
we have a wide range of Christmas movies we've covered so far with Bucket Bells, or I guess for Bucket Bells in total. Different time periods, different styles. Very different movies.
We're bringing it back though, because this movie takes place in 1970, 1971-ish. So we're bringing it back to the 70s, baby.
That's right.
And Dominic Sessa and his phenomenal sideburns, let me tell you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If I remember right, this was Dominic Sessa's first role. He actually attended the school. If I remember right, he attended the school that they filmed at, and then while they were holding auditions, because they wanted somebody from the school to play the boys, he won the audition, and then like everybody instantly fell in love with him because obviously
He's a catch. He really is a catch.
Anyways, he's a catch. He's my king. Anyways,
Okay.
any other thoughts before we jump into our synopsis?
What else is Dominic Sessa in? Has he been in a lot of
He's
stuff?
in nothing. He's gonna be in the new Now You See Me Now You Don't. But other than that, he's been like in nothing.
Wow. He's gonna be a magician with Jesse Eisenberg.
Wow, that's the
Yes, he
dream.
is my king.
Oh my goodness. Does Jesse Eisenberg fall in the category of men you can break over your knee? Or from Social Network's
Depends
fame?
on the role. Oh, not in Social Network. But,
No.
however, Andrew Garfield in the Social Network, I could break him over my knee. And
Alright.
Now-
that...
Now
I
we're
mean, Andrew
talking.
Garfield in almost any role Andrew Garfield in almost any role, I could break over my knee, and I am in love with Andrew Garfield.
And I will. I love
So-
Andrew Garfield too. Andrew Garfield is maybe my favorite actor. He's been in
He's so
been in
good.
some heat. He's a heavy hitter.
Okay, sorry. Okay, brief tangent. Have you seen
Sure.
what was it? We Live in Time
I
with
love that movie.
Florence Pugh
Yeah.
and oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah. He.
Damn, I wish we watched We Live in
Devastating.
Time instead. No, just kidding.
This was like a tragic movie though. This one was a tearjerker. It was sad. It was good. The writing was incredible. I had a good time with the Holdovers.
The first time I saw The Holdovers, I had watched it in like the middle of the summer or whatever. I think I watched it like summer 2024 or
Bad time to
something like
watch
that.
it.
I did not watch it in the holiday season, so to watch it in the holiday season felt really good.
Yeah.
Felt correct.
Yeah.
You got it right.
What was it? Yeah, easy. Wait, let me look at my notes because I had something like deep and meaningful to say about this. Oh, this movie takes place in like the time frame of the movie is like the exact time frame we're in right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I said, good job, Colin. Good job.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Winter
Good
break,
time.
baby. Winter
I'm
break.
actually, I'm a little annoyed because I watched this movie on December 16th, and there's like title cards throughout the movie that's like, hey, it's this day. Hey, it's this day.
Mhm.
And the first one that pops up is first day of winter break, December 17th. And I freaked out for a minute. I was like, wait, that's today. No,
I gotta be in class.
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
I was so close. I was
Um,
so close to timing it really, really well for
Wow.
myself. And I was just a day early. But that's still, time frame wise.
I timed it really well. Right as I was jumping on the Discord call, I was finishing the Holdovers.
Oh, wow.
I like, what was it? Ben and I were talking, and I turned my laptop, and I was like,
On the
look,
final scene.
I just finished it. Literally.
Look,
But not to brag, I'm just really good at timing it. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
nice. We love a punctual queen.
She is. She
That's
is.
me. What can I say?
We stand
Sorry.
punctual
I timed
on the
it.
bucket.
I timed it out so well that I could take a shower and make my coffee and have breakfast, and I still had like 10 minutes to spare. And
Wow.
then I think I like accidentally pulled out my electrical cord, and then everything like shut down for a minute, and I just sat there and I said, well.
Oh no.
Anyways, so our three main cast of characters is going to be Paul Giamatti, who plays Paul Hunnam, and then there is Dominic Sessa, the love of my life. He plays,
Angus.
what is his name?
Angus
Angus.
Tully.
Angus Tully. Angus Tully. How could I forget Angus? Because it's a horrible name. And then our third character is going to be Divine Joy Randolph, who won Best Supporting Actress for this. And she is playing Mary. What's her last name?
Lamb. Mary
Lamb. Right. Mary Lamb. She's playing Mary Lamb. Sorry, I forgot all of their names. I just watched it and I
You're
forgot all
good,
of their
you're
names
good.
promptly. But
Love her. Love
that's
her.
our three cast of characters. Remember their names. Everybody else secondary. Don't worry about them.
Yeah, kinda.
Anyways, so it starts in December of 1970. Mr. Hunnam is a teacher at Barton Academy, a school in New England, like the east coast of the United States, at an all-male boarding school that we find out later in the movie that he attended long time ago on a scholarship. And we find out pretty quickly that a lot of the students and a lot of the teachers do not like him because he's really stubborn and he's really strict on grading. There is their headmaster, Dr. Woodrup. He's punishing Mr. Hunnam for giving a donor student a low grade. And so his punishment is that he has to stay with the holdovers, or the kids who don't get to go home for the holidays. Basically
Yeah.
Harry Potter in like every single freaking Harry Potter movie. He never gets to go home.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Merry Christmas,
Yeah,
Ron.
okay.
Merry Christmas, Harry.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Oh man. Oh. Having to babysit a bunch of rich kids over Christmas break has got to be the worst situation known to man. This poor guy. He's a mean guy though. Right off the rip, it's like, oh, they call him
Yeah.
Professor Walleye because he has what do you call that? Where you have like, is it just cross-eyed?
A lazy eye.
Yeah, a lazy eye.
A fun fact, Paul Giamatti does in fact he doesn't have a lazy eye. He can just do that with his eyeballs,
Whoa.
Wait, what?
which I think
Well,
is
I thought it was
so
a
yeah.
contact.
He was able to no, he was able to do that with his eyeballs the like entire movie.
Well,
He's just filming these like extremely
Right.
dramatic scenes and still keeping one of his eyes like off in a different direction. That's crazy.
A little
That's
bit.
crazy.
Yeah.
that's enough. Is that strain? That's gotta strain, right? That's
Yeah.
gotta
Oh.
hurt.
I
That's got to
feel
be
like
worse than
it
Jim
would
Carrey and his
hurt.
makeup.
Oh God. So yeah, as a punishment, Dr. Henham's forced to supervise these four students, soon to be five, but these four students that are staying over on campus during the holiday break. Um, and we meet Angus Tully, played by Dominic Sessa, and his mom has canceled their family trip to St. Kitts, so that her mom and her new husband can go on a honeymoon. Where we don't know, but they're leaving Angus Tully behind, and so now there's five kids who are staying or holding over under the watch of Mr. Hunnam.
Mm-hmm.
And also who's staying over or holding over is Mary Lamb, who we find out pretty early on that her son Curtis, who also attended Barton, he had died in the Vietnam War after being drafted. And we find out that a lot of the kids that go to the school are like really, really rich. Mary Lamb took this job so that she could provide like a really good education for her son. But because he didn't get student deferment because they didn't have enough money to send him to college, he got drafted into the Vietnam War and subsequently passed away. And so during the holdover break, we've got Dr. or Mr. Hunnam. I keep wanting to say doctor, but Mr. Hunnam, and he is sticking to a guidebook. He's got this guidebook, and he's making the kids do like exercise in like 15-degree weather, and he's making them do like study. He's handing out detentions. He's running it like it's like they're still in school, right? And so we see the boys interact with one another. We've got Angus Tully, and then we've got these four other boys, one of which is from Provo, Utah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was waiting to talk about it. Mormon reference again.
Yes.
We had a Mormon
I
Tabernacle
know.
Choir reference in Black Christmas, and now a Mormon from Provo. Guys,
Yeah. There's
Utah
a really
representation.
There's such a funny bit where he's like, oh, LDS, I'm a member of the church, and he has to like try to explain to these kids who don't care what like the religious garments are, and they just like ignore him
Yes.
completely. And
Because
that
of magic underwear, right? I was like, no.
that got a
Magic
laugh
underwear.
out of me. That got a laugh out of me. Shout out Provo, Utah. Shout out the
Shout out Provo.
Shout out Provo. Oh man.
so crazy.
Something that I really love about the movie is that we get to see how the boys like interact with each other quite a bit, and it's definitely like boys being boys, you know.
Yeah.
At one point, one of the holdovers, who's like known to be kind of a jerk, he takes the Mormon's glove or like the mitten and like hucks it into a river because he's like, "That's what you get for ratting me out, you filthy Mormon," or something like that.
So mean.
And this poor kid, his mitten's gone forever. I think he took his other glove and he just hucked it back into the river, and now he doesn't have any mittens.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
Tully was saying something like he purposely threw one glove in the river so that you would always have like an orphan glove. So he's like, all right, and just threw the other one away. It's like, oh, it's actually kind of baller.
Yeah.
But we have kind of like a countdown, I guess. We have like what, December 17th is the first day of break, December 18th, second day of break. So we see like these count ups, I guess.
Sure.
And then on the sixth day of the break, one of the students whose dad is like really wealthy, his dad arrives via helicopter to pick his son up because his son says that his dad left him there because he wouldn't cut his hair, and he was like, "It's just a battle of wills. He'll cave eventually." And then he did. He came and picked up his son in a helicopter, and Mr. Hunnam, he calls all of the kids' parents and is like, "Hey, can your kid go skiing with this parent in a helicopter?" And almost everybody's parents answer except for Tully's. And
Mhm.
so now it's just Tully stuck in Barton with Mr. Hunnam and Mary.
That's just
And
poor fate. I mean, that's kind of the worst way to spend a Christmas break is just with two chaperone adults you don't know, one you like actively dislike. Oh man, this poor kid already going through it.
I know, because what is it? They're all waiting outside of the principal's office or wherever they are to get a phone call, like wherever they are to phone their parents, right?
Hmm.
And Mr. Hunnam comes out of the office and he says something along the lines of like, "Oh, good news, boys! I was able to reach all of your parents, almost all of your parents," and like gives Tully the side eye. It's diabolical, actually.
It really is.
um, but Mr. Hunnam then catches Angus or Tully trying to book a hotel room on the payphone, and then they argue about Mr. Hunnam and the way that he disciplines the kids, and um, Tully he runs through the school halls like causing a ruckus, and he the gym is strictly off limits because they wax the floors or whatever,
Hmm.
and he like stands in the doorway of the gym and like smirks, and he just runs and like what is that thing called, um where like you jump off of it and then
Trampoline. I
gymnasts
don't
use
know.
it. I don't
I don't know.
yeah, he jumps off of this like gymnast something or other. He lands in like this pie. I think he lands like directly on the like
Oh
floor of the
yeah.
gym, and he dislocates his shoulder. It is so Harry Potter reminiscent because he's like holding his arm and it's like flailing around. It's so bad.
Hmm.
It's I don't mess with it. Anyways,
Nasty, nasty.
because of this, nasty. Mr. Hunnam, there's like this scene where Mr. Hunnam and Angus are like yelling at each other while Mr. Hunnam is trying to take him to the hospital. And finally the two get to the hospital and Mr. Hunnam's freaking out because he's scared he's gonna lose his job. And Angus lies and is like, "Oh, I never like this is my dad. I never get to see my dad. If we go through insurance, like I'll never get to see him again." And so they pay out of pocket and Mr. Hunnam gets to like keep his job or whatever. And then we see um, Mr. Hunnam and Angus. They go to a restaurant and they encounter the headmaster's assistant, Lydia Crane. And Hunnam flirts with Lydia to the best of his abilities.
This
He's
poor
not very
man.
good at this. He's
He
so
doesn't
bad.
have a normal conversation with anybody in this movie. This poor man has zero social
No,
skills. He brings
he
up
has
like random
no race.
historical stuff all the time. He speaks Latin like a dozen times in this movie at least. It's so funny. This poor guy does not have the skills.
Um, but like despite those skills, Lydia still invites him and Tully to her Christmas Eve party. Um, also, what is it? I would like to say like everything that I leave out, you can almost guarantee, unless I explicitly say like Tully's name, Tully's off causing mischief. He's off doing no good
This kid
the
is
entire
a
movie.
problem.
It's a problem. And one of the bits that he keeps bringing up is he tries to order a beer. And it's like Miller
Yeah.
Lite, the champagne of beers. And he keeps saying Miller High Life, that's
There,
it, the
yeah,
champagne
yeah.
of beers.
Miller High Life,
And
champagne beers.
I think he says that like 5 times in the
It's
movie,
so funny.
every single time that they're like out to dinner. Anyways,
It gets funnier
um,
every time he says it. I do not understand. This
I
is the
was
real tagline for Miller Lite, by the way. They do
really
actually, in like old 70s marketing, it is called, they did call it the champagne of beers. So he didn't just make that up.
that's funny.
Incredible. Fantastic.
as
Let the
somebody
let the
who's
poor boy
tried,
have a drink. Like not to I don't support underage
Me
drinking,
neither, but I
but
was
in the
like,
case of Angus Tully, give the guy a little grace. Give him a break.
he's stuck
Let
with
the man
adults he
have a Miller High
dislikes.
Life.
Yeah,
Let
come
the
on.
man have a Miller High Life.
As
The
somebody
champagne of
who's
beer.
had a Miller High Life, it's not a very good beer. It's
Wasn't
not,
wasn't
I
the
fear.
wasn't the champagne of beers or no?
Not champagne of beers, I fear, but that's okay. It happens. What can you do?
Yeah.
It's marketing. But Mary, Tully, and Mr. Hunnam and the school's janitor, Danny, they attend Lydia's Christmas Eve party. There, Tully and Lydia's niece, Elise, they're making out in the basement, right?
Oh yeah.
And then Hunnam is also trying to flirt with Lydia. Lydia has a boyfriend, and he's kind of not distraught, but he's upset about it.
Yeah.
And Mary gets drunker and drunker over the course of the party, and she has like a breakdown in the middle of the kitchen
Mm-hmm.
about her son's death because she was listening to a song that was by his favorite artist, and she freaks out. And Mr. Hunnam is like, "We gotta leave," and Tully's like, "No." Oh, we can drop her off at the school and then we can come back. I was really hitting it off with Elise, please.
Please, please.
But but alas, what can we do? And here we learned that Angus's father is dead. That's what he says, and he like was just very not nonchalant, but they were arguing about it. And Mary was scolding Mr. Hunnam for his behavior because he was kind of being not very kind during it.
Yeah, she's like
But
that. It's
because
Christmas. Give that poor boy a good Christmas, please. Come on now. He's still a
literally,
kid.
um, because Mr. Hunnam feels like so guilty, he arranges like this tiny little Christmas celebration, and he has like this dinky little tree, and then he has two copies of Meditation by Marcus Aurelius, if I remember right,
Wow.
and he gives it to a deeply religious woman, and Tully, this like mischief maker, and that's their Christmas presents, and that's that, I guess.
I kind of want to read it. If
Um,
it's his gift for
I
everybody,
know.
that's kind of. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll give it a go.
I'm like, okay,
There's a
all
shot
right,
later in
I
the
see.
movie where you get to see his like office a little closer, and he just has like an excess of copies
At
of this
least
book.
20 copies of this book in a box.
I
It's
He
so
bet he
like
just
funny.
bought
gives
them
them
in
around
bulk.
just
Yeah,
for gifts, just because he thinks everyone should read it. Such a good bit.
that is pretty funny. Yeah.
Um, But during like their Christmas dinner, Mr. Hunnam says something along the lines of like, if I can make your guys' like break a little bit better, let me know and I'll do it. And Tully is like, all right, take me to Boston. And Mr. Hunnam's like, no. And Mary kind of persuades him to take Angus to Boston or on a field trip to
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah.
They use like the funds allocated for like extracurricular activities or whatever, and they get to go to Boston. Oh,
Sorry, a notification.
what
Ow!
was that?
Colin!
Do it again. I had to tap this.
Um.
Sorry.
Okay. Moving on. Let's see. Mary gets dropped off in Roxbury to spend some time with her sister who is pregnant. And Angus and Mr. Hunnam, they kind of like ice skate and they go to the Museum of Fine Arts and they're just like walking around Boston and it's kind of cute and fun and they're like bonding and whatever.
They really are.
Um,
I feel like they kind of were hitting it
they're
off
cute.
here.
I know. They were kind of like, I don't know, actually friends during this time. It was very cute and good to see them.
Tully is like straight up
Um,
a little bit mean to. I mean, like, I don't know, he's mean to him, but sometimes it feels deserved. Like at one point he tells him like, "You stink, you know that, right?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a medical condition." And then he was like, "You know everybody dislikes you, like most people. You know that, right?" It's like, "Oh man, like this man is like an old grump, but still, you gotta like
but
he's
still,
stuck here too, man. He's stuck here too. You don't gotta push him while he's down.
poor Mr. Hunnam. But
He deserves it a little
um,
bit. He is mean."
a little bit. But while Tully and Hunnam are ice skating, we run into one of Mr. Hunnam's classmates from Harvard, who has become like successful career man. He is like he he just got tenure, and he's teaching at Harvard, and Mr. Hunnam is lying about his career and is like, oh, like I travel around the world doing on like private scholarships, and I teach, and I'm writing a book and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
Angus is playing along with the lie, saying that he's his nephew Leonard,
Mm-hmm.
and it's this whole thing. And then afterwards, um, okay, you're gonna have to bleep this. So sorry, future Ben.
It's okay.
But after the classmate and his wife walks away, uh, Dominic Sessa is like bouncing up and down, and he's like, "What the was that?" It was so funny. I loved that scene.
Because Barton boys don't lie.
Um,
Barton boys aren't supposed to lie.
Barton boys
What
don't
the
lie.
heck?
So later, they go into a liquor store, and we find out that Mr. Hunnam was expelled from Harvard because a legacy donor's son accused him of plagiarism. Even though he didn't plagiarize, like the legacy donor's son plagiarized Mr. Hunnam,
Mm-hmm.
but because his family didn't give money to Harvard, he had to take the fall for it.
Took the L.
We learn that Mr. Hunnam semi deliberately hits him, like the guy who accused him of plagiarism, hits him with his car and breaks three of his ribs. And, what can you do?
And kind of incredible. He said it wasn't on purpose,
Kind of
but like,
incredible. And we learn that the incident basically ruined Mr. Hunnam's career. But the old Barton headmaster, not the one that used to be Mr. Hunnam's student, but the one before that, he like kind of took pity on Mr. Hunnam and offered him like this adjunct teaching role. So that's how he ended up at Barton. And then later we see Mr. Hunnam and Angus. They go to see Little Big Man at this theater, and one of Angus's little bits during the movie is, "I've got to go to the bathroom," and he
all the
just like
time.
runs away to cause mischief. So they're in the theater. Angus says, "I gotta go to the bathroom," and so he like runs away, and then Mr. Hunnam catches Angus getting into a taxi, and Angus says that he wants to go see his dad. And he was like, just come with me. Like, you can even come with me. I just want to see my dad. So Mr. Hunnam and Angus go to what the audience kind of assumes is a cemetery. And then later, not later, but like a couple scenes later, we find out that Angus's dad is actually in the psychiatric hospital in Boston. Um, and Angus visits his dad, and he's telling his dad all of his like accomplishments and what he's wanting to do with his life. And his dad just like looks at him and says something along the lines of like, "I got to tell you something." And Angus gets really kind of excited. And his dad just says, "I think they're putting something in my food," and like that's it. You don't really get much else. After the visit, Angus starts to express a lot of concern that his future is going to start to mirror his dad's. Mr. Hunnam provides comfort, saying that like, you're not the same person as your father. I'm not the same person as my father. We're all like different people, and like, what can you do about it? You can't replicate your father's behaviors and whatnot. And then
Yeah.
they leave Boston. They go back to Barton. Mr. Hunnam, Angus, Mary, and Danny the janitor, they celebrate New Year's Eve together. Cut to like early January, when everybody's back in school. Mr. Hunnam is summoned to the headmaster's office, where Angus's mother and stepfather are there. And they tell Mr. Hunnam that Angus is not allowed to see his dad, that because like Angus went to go see his dad wants to come back, and obviously his mom's started a new life, so it's like this whole big issue. And Angus snuck a snow globe in to his dad, and his dad tried to like bludgeon somebody with the snow globe.
Yeah.
And Angus's mom and stepfather threatened to withdraw Angus from Barton and send him to a military academy, which Angus really, really doesn't want to go to. He's expressed that like a lot of times during the movie. Hunnam defends Angus and blames himself and says like, "I was the one it was my idea. You guys were unreachable. He should be able to spend time with his family." Basically, the headmaster and Angus's parents, or Angus's mom and stepfather, allow Angus to stay at Barton, but Mr. Hunnam was fired. Mr. Hunnam ends up stealing like this expensive cognac from the headmaster's office. Mary, the she has come to better terms with her son's death. She gives Mr. Hunnam a notebook for his book that he wants to write, but it's not a book, it's a monograph, which is like a really short book.
Yeah.
And Mr. Hunnam and Angus, they kind of like say goodbye, and then Angus runs away. And while in his car, Mr. Hunnam takes a sip of the cognac and like swishes it around his mouth and just like spits it out the window and then drives away. And that's the end of the movie.
Yeah. Oh man, that's the Holdovers, guys. I feel like I've been on a movie loving kick. Call me Colin, all right. I've been loving movies lately.
I'm converted here.
Yeah, I really like this one. This was a really good movie. Very much like, I don't know. I feel like some Christmas movies, I guess I'll say The Grinch, because we did The Grinch last time, are like very much like, this movie is about the spirit of Christmas. But this one was just like very much just a very real human story that like takes place around Christmas time and kind of mirrors some of the themes around the holidays of like family and like, I don't know, like being with the people you love, and like when you're not able to be with the people you love, kind of what comes about through that. And I just like, man, this movie was great. Also, like, I think it portrayed student, like, teacher / like mentor relationship super well, because like, I don't know, this was a contentious relationship between our two main characters, and it kind of stayed that way most of the movie. I feel like those two were butting heads like almost the entire time. They had a few like sweet moments, but still, like, these two didn't like each other very much. Yeah, I love the Holdovers. This was a great pick. This was a really good one.
I agree with you, Ben, that like, what's the word? I like a Christmas movie where Christmas isn't the main focus, where like Christmas is happening in the background, but life is also happening, because that's what like the holidays is that like, no matter how much you actually want to like to just like stay put and do nothing, life still happens. Like,
Yeah.
forgive my language, things still happen during the holidays, no matter how much we want to pretend that it doesn't. And poor Angus, you see him just like get beat down by his family, and it feels so bad the entire movie. But he still, I don't know, he gets to stay at Barton. He doesn't have to go to a military academy. It's like the little wins in life, you know?
Yeah.
I do really like this movie. I do have a couple of thorns, not for now, for later.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I do have some thorns this year.
Sure.
I have one thorn, but it's kind of, we'll get to it. What I like about, to echo what you guys have said, have you guys both seen It's a Wonderful Life before?
I haven't. Actually, maybe. Is that the one with like the old man living by himself, or is that a different movie?
No, that's Miracle on 34th Street. I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, It's a Wonderful Life is basically, it's kind of like the Christmas movie in my mind. Like, it's just like the one. That's the one. I rewatch it every year. It's great. It's great. And what makes it really great is that it's like really life affirming, and it is like a movie that is about how life gets weird and heavy and chaotic, but there's always a silver lining. There's always something to push for. There's always something to look through. It's just a really nice, uplifting story that happens to take place around the holidays. And, you know, it's like, it's Christmas. Wow. I feel like The Holdovers is kind of like a 21st century, not a reimagining of it, because they're very different stories. But thematically, it feels like this century's kind of answer to It's a Wonderful Life in a way. It kind of just echoes those same themes of, you know, just life is chaotic and turbulent, and it doesn't just stop being that just because the holidays are around, but they are a good time to recenter, and they are a good time to like look at what you do have. And it's really nice. The script is so good. I watched the DVD for this, and it did the little autoplay thing afterwards where it's like, hey, here's some bonus features. And the bonus features were deleted scenes, and there were less than 5 minutes of deleted scenes. Like, the script for this thing was tight. And it is a long movie. It's like a little over 2 hours. I think it's like 2 hours, 14 minutes, something like that.
2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours 13 minutes, because when I was doing the math of how much time I had to get ready before that we filmed this, I was like, okay, it's 2 hours and 13 minutes. If I start watching it now and I take a break here and I keep watching it at this time, I can finish it before we start filming.
That's impressive stuff.
Thank you.
So this one's
Yeah,
really fresh on your mind.
Yeah, it is. I do really like this movie, and I forgot how good it was. But I remember when I was first seeing the trailers for it, I really did not want to see it. It really upset me, because in my mind, it felt like it was trying to emulate the vibes that you get when you watch like Good Will Hunting or Dead Poet Society, or like any academic movie with Robin Williams in it, basically. But it really irked me, because it feels like it was trying to prey on that nostalgia that I felt like was so genuine with Good Will Hunting and Dead Poet Society. And I was like, why are you trying to emulate that in a movie? Because I think it irked me because it was set in the 70s. And I think at some point one of the reviews was like Good Will Hunting, but for this time period or whatever. And it really irked me. But I have overcome that for the most part, but I do get a little upset that it feels like it is preying on that nostalgia when you watch like Good Will Hunting, when you watch Dead Poet Society. That does irk me a little bit, I fear.
Yeah, it does have some Good Will Hunting vibes for sure. I'd love Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting is a banger movie. Have you guys both seen that?
It is. I have.
I might have.
Yeah.
It's the one with
our boy Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that was their first movie, if I remember right.
I think so, yeah.
Really?
Matt and Ben. They're like an iconic Hollywood duo, those two.
They are iconic Hollywood couple, Matt and Ben.
Matt and Ben.
Also from Boston.
Yeah. Have you guys seen those pictures of Ben Affleck spilling the
Dunkin' Donuts.
Him spilling all the Dunkin' Donuts. It's like paparazzi photos from afar catching him in the act, and it's like multiple frames of him just like different levels of despair as all the Dunkachinos fall to the floor. It's so funny. It's so funny.
I gotta be honest, I love Boston. I have been there. I've only been there in person once. This is a hot take, I love Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is one of my favorite video games.
Cool.
And I've been there countless times in Fallout 4. But Dominic Sessa is so me-coded. He's like, I just want to go to Boston. I just want to go to Boston. And every time he said that, I was like, yeah, me too. It's expensive to live there, though. Good luck.
Yeah, I know. This whole movie, and like, it makes sense that it was because his dad was there. Because, like, he even brings it up when the other boys are, like, still around. They're like, you have a truck? Why don't we go, Boston? Why not Boston? That's, like, just a funny random place we could go. He's just like clearly has an agenda this entire movie, and he eventually gets to it. He eventually does see his dad. He's a resourceful boy.
He does.
I was like, I at the beginning of this movie, I kind of felt for his mom, because I like, you understand the story to be like, oh, this is a boy whose dad has died. He's in boarding school, which is tough, and his mom is like trying to remarry and start a new life, but his mom, like, when you finally meet her at the end of this movie, she's not a great woman. And, like, you start to realize as you go along, it's like, oh, her husband's not dead. Like, he is in a psychiatric facility. And she, like, purposely sent her boy off to boarding school to, like, get rid of some of those memories. And it's like, oh, man, this kid is a lot more tragic than you would first think. And it makes sense for Mr. Hunnam's story as well, because he kind of has this attitude this entire movie of like, every kid here is an entitled little boy who thinks they deserve this. And even though like Tully does have really good grades in his class, he still is like kind of nasty towards him, being like, oh, you've never experienced any hard thing in your life. And then like it makes sense later on why Mr. Hunnam feels that way, because he was screwed over by a rich boy who like lied and got away with it because that's how the system works. And he like has kind of lived an entire bitter life where he's like, he still enjoys himself. He's still like, he likes the life he has, and he's like, oh, marriage just isn't for me. It never happened. I don't really have family. I'm fine staying up here on campus. I'm okay being being the Grinch of this campus, pretty much. Sorry, I'm Grinch brained right now. But yeah,
Oh God.
yeah, it is a story a little bit about Mr. Hunnam like realizing, oh, other people have tragic lives as well, and it finally like I just feel like it comes to such a good resolution where like that final scene where he's in there with Angus's parents and he's like, oh, I'm gonna take the fall for this. I don't want this kid to get expelled. So yeah, he just has this like final moment where he's like has maybe in the first time in years done something for someone else over himself, and that like just that small exchange coming out of the office where he looks at Tully earlier on in the movie, Angus had asked him what eye he should look at to be like respectful, being like, hey, you got like a lazy eye, I don't really know, and he like doesn't answer, but at the very like one of their last conversation, he walks out of the office and he's like, it's this eye that you're supposed to look at. I'm like, oh no. He like kind of fully is like, okay, I see some potential in this kid. I understand that like he's gone through some hard things as well. I'm not the only person who's had maybe a little bit of a rough go at it. And I'm just like, oh man, what a beautiful story. What a beautiful like mentor mentee story as well. That like firm handshake that they share at the end is so like, oh, beautiful. He's like, I'm actually not gonna go buy you a beer, bye. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly how that situation should have gone. It would have been weird if it went any other way.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by how well this movie is able to like feel like sincere and like authentic and from the heart. And it's very monologue heavy too. There's a lot of like really, really heavy dialogue in this movie, especially coming from Paul Giamatti, but he pulls it off. He does really, really good at like being this like teacher who knows all this Latin and all these like ridiculous obscure quotes and whatever, and he's just like a really educated, well-rounded guy, but he's like fun and entertaining to watch. I would not want to be in the situation where I have to be like, you know, in his class. That would suck. But on screen with that layer, that barrier between us, good stuff. And everyone's so good. Divine Joy Randolph getting the supporting actress award.
Oh, she was beautiful.
Inspired pick. She was so good. She has such a warmth and a presence here, and she's just so kind. And you can really see, like, you know, she's been through a lot, but I don't know. By the end of the movie, when she's like persevering and she's gonna go help raise her niece or whatever, and she's like just back at the school doing her job, just trying to make ends meet. It's just beautiful to see her persevere in spite of all of it. It's beautiful to see them all persevere. It's really nice. It's really uplifting.
Yeah.
Something I really like about this movie is how quotable it is almost, and that I guess is like a rose and a thorn for me because it at some points feels so almost like they're trying to, but there's like at the scene at the very end where he's like he's talking to the headmaster. Paul Giamatti's talking to the headmaster. He's like, I've known you since you were a boy, and I can like safely say that you are and always have been penis cancer in human form. And I love that. And that's something that I love. There's also like a quote from Angus where he says, like he's like on the verge of getting into a bar fight basically, and he is like, Mr. Hunnam, we have to go. They just called me a fancy little we have to go. And I love that so much.
So funny, dude. This kid does not know when to shut up
so
as well.
Good. But like, no, he doesn't. Right, on the same side of that coin of like it's a really quotable movie, I guess on the opposite side of that coin, one of my thorns is that I really like sometimes the dialogue really felt not forced, but like there's a scene where Tully and the niece Elise, they're in the basement and she's like talking about Picasso, and that like stuck out to me because I'm like, there's no way this like 15-year-old, 16-year-old girl would be saying talking about Picasso the way she is.
I don't know. I don't know. I literally, in one of my junior high art classes, that quote was like, we started class with that exact quote one day.
Really?
And I was like 13. So I can't really call BS. That literally happened to me.
Angus
I literally recognized that quote from junior high art. So
Angus was kind of a catch in this movie. He definitely got multiple girls. He got some girls at the bowling alley. He got niece Elise in the basement. He was
oh yeah. They do 9-pin. They go do 9-pin bowling.
Yeah.
9-pin bowling is ridiculous. Why do the pins look like that?
They got
They
tiny,
scare me.
tiny little balls as well.
You can't get 9-pin
Tiny little
around these
balls.
parts. Not in northern Utah, that's for sure. No
Yeah.
9-pin around here.
That's
No 9-pin in Provo, Utah.
Oh man, yeah, that was it was funny seeing Mr. Hunnam do any sort of physical activity as well. There's a scene where he's walking alone, picks up a football, and does just the worst throw you could possibly do. You know that throw where you kind
But
of
he looks
extend out your
so-
other arm as well.
He looks so pleased with himself after he like
he's like-
hucks it. It like tumbles down the hill a little bit, and he just like kind of like struts away. He's so proud of himself.
Yeah.
There's also the part where Angus dislocates his shoulder by jumping off of the like springboard or whatever. His reaction to that is the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. Why is that not like a reaction GIF?
Yeah.
Why is that
How
not like a
Giamatti is such-
multi-platinum reaction GIF? Come on.
Him chasing Angus through the school as
How-
well and just could not keep up is so funny.
Literally.
Little old man run.
How
He's
Giamatti does
so old
such a
and
good
it's
job
so
in this movie.
He really does. He's a powerhouse.
Every time he does any like physical exertion, he like stretches. He's like, it's
Yep.
he does it like before going to bed. He does it when he gets up in the morning. That's
Yeah.
what he does. Is just like stretch all the time.
Yeah, I
He's so
loved him.
bold.
I loved him. I'll say as well.
Do we?
Sorry, yeah, I was just gonna say as well that I really loved like how small of a cast this was, and that we just really focused on like it was mostly Angus and Mr. Hunnam, but it was also like Mary had like a very she had like a full arc in this movie, and Mary being there was just like I think she added so much. She added that like that person that Mr. Hunnam like sat at during the nights of winter just in the school, and she was just like in a place of her grief where she was just being so fully brutally honest with this man, and was just like kind of in a place where she just like wasn't really caring about sparing his feelings and like asking him the hard questions. And I feel like, oh man, that's what he needed, you know. I thought this movie was going to go in a very different direction. I thought I saw like it building up to the point where I'm like, okay, we got these like 5 rowdy boys and this one teacher that they don't like. This is going to be a story about like, you know, them all learning to get along and like learn the Christmas spirit, even though they're not all where they want to be. But no, like very early on, the other 4 boys go skiing. They just leave. Like we didn't even talk about like
They're gone.
yeah, was this like a high school? Because there's 2 boys that looked a lot younger than all the other ones.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those boarding schools that like goes up until like age of 19 or whatever. So it's like 12 to 19.
Mm.
I was
It's
gonna
like
say,
Hogwarts. It's literally Hogwarts.
Merry
That's
Christmas,
probably
Ron.
what it is. Is it's like
Sorry.
it's probably like 11 to like 18 or something like that. It's like they're there for a long time because those
Yeah.
there are 2 boys that are there that they are children. Those are actual bona fide children, I fear.
Mhm. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a story of like
Um,
the bully learning to be nice. Like Angus is so nice to to like the younger kids as well. Like one of the kids has a nightmare and wets himself in the middle of the night, and Angus instantly is like, "Okay, it's fine. You're okay. I have nightmares too. I'm gonna help you hide the sheets in the morning. Like no one's gonna, yeah, just stop crying. We're gonna make sure you're not embarrassed." So it's just like, oh, very sweet young man. And then nope, this is just now it's just a story about Angus.
It's
Mr.
just
Hunnam
Angus.
and Mary all sharing their break together, which even more of an unlikely crew. I thought it was funny.
I
Can
will
we
say,
talk
you guys,
about how bad of a name Angus is? Angus is such a bad name.
Bad 70s
I'm
name.
so sorry. Why would you name your kid after beef?
Huh.
did you ever consider they named the beef after the guy?
I didn't. You're right.
Not
I'm so
right up
sorry.
until
That was
now.
so ignorant of me.
Think about it.
Check
Think
your
about
privilege.
Think about
That's so
showing
funny.
my
Yeah.
privilege.
I do wish. You guys know how like there's the Incredibles, and then like when you pop the DVD into the player in the bonus features, there's like the little short film, and it's called Jack Jack Attack, and it's
Mm.
about a babysitter who takes care of Jack Jack while the Incredibles are doing incredible stuff.
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
want a Jack Jack Attack style short film about what happens to all the other holdover boys when they go to the ski resort.
Oh no.
Because we do see them when they
That's
come
fair.
back, and the mean bully kid has like a serious rash all over his entire face because he like
He
biffed
has
it.
like a whole burn.
Yeah, it
He
looks
what was it? He
horrible.
burned because it was
The
he didn't
glare.
wear sunscreen on the slopes, and so his like what is it? He's just this like he's got like second-degree burns on his face, and then there's like this shape of the goggles like in there, and somebody is talking to him. He's like, "Does it hurt?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course it hurts." And that's like
Yeah,
he
I
doesn't.
want
He's
to
not
see.
any nicer.
I think it would have like totally like ruined the pacing if we like cut back to what the kids, the other holdover kids that get in the helicopter were doing once they got out of the helicopter. I don't think that should be in the movie per se, but gosh, do I want to see that kid get that sunburn in real time. Ugh.
It would be so funny. It would be
I
so funny.
I think something that I do appreciate is while we are talking about the time, it is two, like 2-ish hours, right?
Mhm.
It does, to me, it does not feel like 2 hours. The
Yeah.
time goes so quickly. The pacing in this is phenomenal. Doesn't feel like 2 hours. I remember like looking at the time, trying to do my little math, and I was like, 2 hours? That seems very long. That seems too long. But
Mhm.
no, it really, it keeps its pace. It's really good.
Unlike The Grinch, which went on far longer than it
Unlike the
should have.
Grinch.
The Grinch felt like 3 hours and it was an hour and 45. I was gonna say as well, Mr. Hunnam's just in his vices this entire movie. He is smoking a pipe most scenes. It's like 70, so everybody's smoking indoors. And then he is drinking like a monster. He is just,
Yes.
yeah, and I feel like in
Jim
every single
Bean.
scene, Jim
Oh,
Bean, baby, Jim
unfortunately.
Bean. And I saw Chekhov's bottle of alcohol in the dean's office, like scene one. They're like, "Oh yeah, I got this expensive bottle." I thought the boys were gonna steal it, and it was gonna be like this big moment of like, "Uh oh, now we're in really big trouble because you guys just drank the dean's alcohol, and I have to not lose my job over this." I thought that was what was gonna happen. It makes so much more sense that Mr. Hunnam steals it at the end. He was the one who was the liquor fiend the entire movie, and like you just don't see it because
Chekhov's bottle of
yeah,
alcohol.
like I was like, oh, that's an expensive bottle of alcohol. Something bad is gonna happen to that bottle of alcohol. Like, yeah, I know. I watched I showed my boyfriend the Lego Batman movie for the first time yesterday, and in that one, there's Chekhov's shark spray, the shark repellent spray in that movie comes up at the very end. Yeah, so I think I was just in the mind looking for those little things. I'm like, that's gonna
Mm,
come up later. But yeah, it makes so much sense that he's the one who steals the alcohol and spits it out on the campus before driving away. Last scene, beautiful, beautiful. Ugh, I love this movie.
beautiful.
Me too.
Um, we've kind of been talking about our roses and thorns. What other, let's go into thorns. What thorns do you guys have for the movie?
Oh man.
I don't know if I
Because
have
I
any. I'm gonna be honest. I
really,
just fully loved this movie. I think I don't know. I like a lot of these movies. And I'm like, yeah, I'd rewatch that. For this one, it's kind of like cheating because, like, guess what? The holidays come around every year, so I would have an excuse to watch this next year, and I probably will.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably going into rotation for me because it's just so well put together, and there's a lot of really pretty shots in it too. We didn't really talk about that, but like, man, they do a good
Hmm.
job of making this boarding school feel big and lonely and empty, and yeah, and like I don't know,
Cinematography.
cinematography, and I like how the
Cinnamon.
camera moves closer to like the characters as the runtime like goes onward, so like they feel less alone. You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow. Yeah.
Like it feels like more of a community just because of how close the camera is. Like, and it's not like it suddenly goes from like wide frame shots to like these like really really close up shots. Like it's not that drastic, but it's just subtle enough
Just enough. Yeah.
to make it seem like these characters are really coming together and like really doing the whole found family thing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now if I say like any of my thorns, I feel like a dickhead.
No,
Well,
no,
go
no.
for it.
I want to hear him. I want to hear him.
Well,
You don't have to
okay.
think it's
So I
perfect.
think like something else that I really still struggle with for the movie is it does feel like nostalgia bait a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's like my own issue, I think, because in my mind they are definitely preying on the not preying. Preying sounds like it's like malintent and
Yeah.
whatnot, but it feels like they are preying on the like academic movies of like the 80s and 90s
It's
with
Damon bait
like
for sure.
Exactly. And that's what it feels like. And to me, it kind of pisses me off a little bit, which I feel really bad about because I really do like this movie. But I think the fact that it is set in the 70s is what makes it feel like nostalgia bait for me.
Mm,
Because I think if they had like leaned into modern day like boarding school, I don't do boarding schools still exist? I have no clue.
surely, yeah.
Um, but I feel like they do. But if they had leaned into that, I think I would have had a little bit more respect for it. And then, like I said, I really don't like some of the dialogue issue. Like some of the dialogue, it feels not forced, but it does feel like that's not something a human being would say, you know?
Yeah.
Um, and this is just personal preference. There are some times that I wish the color grading was a lot more warmer, but I think that's because it was based in the 70s, and I really love warm 70s movies.
It was a
I love it
beige
because
movie.
it was a,
Yeah.
I love about this movie is like the opening title sequence, not title sequence, but when they are showing like the Universal logo and like the Focus Feature logo and stuff like that. It's all 70s. Like it's all really old school. I love that. It really gets you into the feeling of this is taking place in the 70s. But then we talk about how I feel like it's nostalgia bait. See, this is the issue. Is
Yeah.
that I am Schrodinger's nostalgia bait.
I I actually have a huge rose for the setting of the 70s. I know like you're talking about liking it, but it was more of like it just made it feel very similar to similar movies. And like was obviously going
Yeah.
for that like academia human story kind of situation, Goodwill Hunting esque. But yeah, I really love the 70s setting. I thought I always think it's
Yeah.
fun when you go back in time and like limited technology is a thing where like this kid is trying to sneak away and call all the time because he doesn't have a cell phone and he has to be a little bit more smart about what he's doing. They're like their contraband is like them sneaking. They're like trading cigarettes in their halls, which I'm sure is still a big contraband thing.
It's like
But
cigarettes for what they call skin mags, which is just like
nudie
porn
mags,
mags.
yeah.
But yes, I love that they call them skin mags. I think that's so funny. And I would like to say that I think the 70s, what is it? The 70s setting is phenomenal. I really do like it. I love a good 70s movie. I think just when I'm Schrodinger's nostalgia bait, that's what gets me, you know?
Yeah, which is why you loved Anchorman,
Sorry, not to
right?
interrupt, which is why I loved Anchorman. I loved Anchorman so much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why are
we,
like
we've
all of these movies set in the
we've watched quite a few
75%?
70 movies.
75% of our YouTube output is going to take place in the 1970s. That's ridiculous.
Wow, that's
That's
insane,
crazy.
actually.
How did we pull that off?
Yeah, that is
Who's to
wild.
say that The Grinch doesn't take place in the 70s?
The
That's
Grinch.
true. They never.
Oh, well, the Grinch all takes place in a snowflake.
Yeah, it takes place in a
Oh, you're so
snowflake,
right.
Yeah,
a speck on a snowflake.
all of
Because that's
Dr.
where he's
Seuss's.
Well,
Yeah,
to be fair, one of my notes while I was watching this movie was snow. I remember her because
that's
we
not
have only
snow,
had snow once this entire like season.
and it stuck for a
Um,
day.
that
Like,
we're cooked. That's another issue.
oh, literally,
So
we're cooked. We're
really,
cooking.
we're literally cooked. But if there's snow and if the Grinch takes place on a snowflake, it has to take place in the 70s because I think that's the last time it snowed ever.
Something like that.
Probably.
I know we live in Utah where it should be snowing as well, and
Yes.
not a
It
snowflake
snowed
to be seen.
once.
Yeah,
No.
devastating. But yeah, I was also gonna say like the time period of the 70s I think helped this movie because like obviously we do have all this stuff with Mary's son and the war, which is like so devastating, where she like loses him just because she didn't have enough money to send him to a college to like get him deferred from getting drafted. And like Mr. Hunnam as well is like talking about how the world is like super chaotic and unfair at this moment, and he's like feels like a very practical man in his politics and logic. Like he is very much like I don't know. He's like against a lot of things. He doesn't believe in God. So I don't know. I just think his whole vibe really matched the 70s, which I thought was cool. Yeah.
Colin. But you said you don't have any thorns.
Are you gonna make me pick one? Gonna make me pick a
No.
thorn.
I don't think I have a thorn either.
Pick
I
a
don't think I have a
thorn.
specific thorn. I don't know.
Do we want to
Okay,
just
fine. There
go
was like,
into? Oh, go for it, Colin.
no, I can't. I
Hey,
literally can't think of
go off,
anything.
King.
I don't know. I just really like
Go
this.
off,
Just
King.
really like this one. This one is
I did too.
probably maybe not the best. Maybe not like my favorite movie we've watched for the bucket because I think that's still Little Women. I really liked Little Women.
Wow.
I really did.
Yeah.
It was good.
But like, yeah, this one's good. This one's really good.
Yeah, I
That's
think
fair.
I'm planning on rating this high. Are you guys ready to
Yeah,
move on to
I'll
our
rate it.
rating?
Let's
I'll
rate
give
it.
you a number. I'll give you a fun,
Colin,
wonky holiday number. I'll give you the 100.
you're giving it
That's
a
it.
you're giving it 100?
Why
Whoa.
not? I'm feeling holly jolly.
Colin, you
I'm
dog. That's
sitting here
incredible.
having a wonderful Christmas time. What can I say?
You nasty
What can I say?
dog.
Colin, I think that's fair. Yeah, I'll say I had a really good time. This was like a really well written, which that's my favorite part of movies is when they're really really well written, have a good interesting plot, which is such a basic thing to say I think. But yeah, really really well written. I thought it was just like a human story. Loved the cast. All these actors were awesome. Paul Giamatti crushed it. I think I'm gonna go with my gut and give this a 95. I think that's where my gut is telling me to go with this one. I had a really good time. It was like a good viewing experience for me as well. I just like was looking out this big window. I watched it on my phone, just at a break room table, alone, with like dim light. So it was just kind of like a big Christmas experience for me. It was like on Christmas break, watching a movie about people on Christmas break. I enjoyed my time for sure. Rachel, what are we thinking?
I'm gonna give it a 90. I did really like it,
Wow.
but I don't know. Something about it just falls a little short. I don't know what, I can't place my finger on it, but I did really enjoy it. I swear. But that puts us at 95 even.
Wow.
Woo.
Yeah, that feels like a good here I'll fill us in here. That feels like a good score for this. I feel like
very nice.
Yeah.
Very well rounded. Look
Oh.
at us not having to break out the decimal points. So good.
Yeah.
guys, that
Yep.
puts Holdovers in third place for the greatest movie of all time.
Whoa.
That's
does.
impressive. Yeah, right behind Brokeback Mountain at second place and Parasite at first place. And then which is Black Christmas is fourth place. So we went into Bucket Bells putting two Christmas movies right at the top of our charts, which I don't know,
Yeah.
feels appropriate. Those two really
It does.
yeah, those
Well,
two
what
were
if
really
I
they
think
stood out.
it's gonna be really funny if we love Waterworld and Waterworld's like number one, and then it's like a bunch of, I don't know, Christmas movies after that.
I'm planning to love Waterworld. There are movies where I go into
Oh.
it planning to love it. I was planning to love Anchorman. I did not like Anchorman. So I hope I'm not
Maybe
disappointed.
that's why you didn't like it.
Yeah, I hope I'm not disappointed with Waterworld the same way Ron Burgundy let me down. With his bad things that he said and did. Yeah, 95 feels appropriate. I feel like the Holdovers was a really good time. I like this one.
Mhm. Yeah, it was good. Is there anything else the Bucket Boys want to say before we kick the bucket?
I don't know. You want to plug the episode that we're doing actually live on there? Actually.
Yes,
Rest in peace. Yes, we will
January
be back in the
9th.
studio. Yes, we will be back in the studio January 9th. We will be doing a mega bucket, which means that we will be watching 3 movies. We will be watching Knives Out, Glass Onion, and Wake Up Dead Man. Those
Right.
are the 3 that we will be watching. We'll mostly be talking about Wake Up Dead Man, but we'll be watching all 3. So if you do want to watch with us, we'll be live on air January 9th
12:30.
at 12:30. And
Greatest
go
time
until,
zone. Greatest
I don't
time
know,
zone
maybe
that
2?
exists. Mountain
Greatest
Standard
time
Time.
zone, Mountain Standard Time.
Utah time. Provo time, baby.
and-
Provo time.
Provo time. We have briefly talked about it, but recording our episode and maybe putting it on Spotify and keeping it going on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
we'll talk about that more and see if we can get that in the works. It's been good uploading these. At the time you're watching this, we already have The Grinch is out. We have Black Christmas is out. We have Anchorman is out. So if you've seen any of those movies, want to hear our thoughts on them, or hell, if you haven't seen those movies and just want to hear the synopsis, experience them vicariously through your bucket boys, go check those out. And yeah, catch us live. Catch us live. We have a good time live.
I will say that 50% of the episodes that we have put out on YouTube, I have had a crash out of epic proportions. So if you want to see that happen, you should go check out our YouTube.
There are some really good bits of you just a line of bleep dialogue and then laughing, and then a line of bleep dialogue and then laughing. There are some. I've been editing these, and I've been having a really good time. It's funny. It's a good time.
It's funny. We're funny, guys. We're funny.
Hey, the Bucket Boys. If anything.
We're funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's time. We kick the bucket.
I think it's about
I've been
time.
Rachel.
I've been Ben.
I've been Rachel.
The pause this
I
time.
didn't want to say it.
There
we go.
I'm calling. Good night, Tri-State area.
Yep. Thanks for watching Bucket Bells.
Happy holidays.
Bucket Bells,
Enjoy the season.
Enjoy your Christmas break. Enjoy your Hanukkah break. Just enjoy your break.
Yeah,
life needs a break.
Of course.
Take a break. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers. Oh wait. Anyways.
No. All right, cool. It's time to kick the bucket. Bye. Bye.
Bye.